All right, man. Floyd Mayweather did an interview on the Pivot podcast. If you don't know what the Pivot podcast is, um, if you ever watched I'm an Athlete, it is Brandon Marshall's podcast. It featured Chad Johnson, or some of you might know him as Chad Ochocinco. So they basically split off from the I'm an Athlete podcast. Shanning and Shanning and um uh Fred Taylor should be in the Hall of Fame, all running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They pretty much split off from the from the I'm an Athlete podcast, and they've been doing their own thing. They added a former Steeler and current ESPN employee, Ryan Clark. So yeah, they doing their own thing over there, bro. Here, let me put this on the screen so y'all can know where to find them at. They got their reasons for leaving. I tried to hear them say it. I just ain't never heard them saying, but people saying they said, "Well, it's over." It's usually over. Cause I ain't hear it myself. Um, so yeah, they just started out, and they already got 141,000. So they was doing the Floyd thing. So Floyd came in there. So Floyd talked about in the article, in an interview, paying Logan Paul, having two daddies, a few things in here, man. And I mean, it's all his prerogative. I really don't care, but I think him talking about the Logan Paul money was worth talking about. And a few other things. So said Floyd Mayweather reacts to Logan Paul claim of money being owed. So it says, he said, quote, "I want my dad to be proud of me first," said Mayweather before anything. When my dad would say that my son would break all the records, that stuck with me. On top of that, I want my own people to be proud of me. You failed at that one, sir. There was nothing like like that feeling. I'm more than the American dream. I'm my own boss. See, y'all go right there. All they doing is quoting what Floyd said throughout boxing. That's all it is. This shit is a poetry slam. They continue to quote, no matter if you PBC, the zone, the zon, whatever you are, they gonna continue to quote him. And they not their own boss. Bosses make moves. Bosses pull strings. Bosses don't wait on Al Heyman. So I'm gonna debunk all of this. He not no boss, bro. He don't know how to run a day-to-day company, dude. That dude's a figurehead. It's a big difference. He said, "I do what I want to do, and I say what I want to say. If I feel something is not right, then I'm gonna speak on it. Then fine, that's straight. And I'll make you a boss. I changed the whole dynamic how athletes getting paid. I've been fighting since Michael Jordan was playing basketball. I was undefeated from now. LeBron James' career is almost over, and I'm still getting paid. You didn't change the dynamic how athletes getting paid. What did you change how basketball players getting paid? We didn't even know what dynamic mean. Can he spell it out? Where did he change the dynamic in basketball? Where? Where did he change the dynamic in football? In individual sports outside of tennis and golf and stuff, where did he change them getting paid? Dudes be claiming stuff that they don't be doing, bro. And I'm gonna call horse shit where it's live, where it's stinking. The co-host also pushed Mayweather on a recent story that has cropped up involving YouTuber Logan Paul, who Mayweather fought in the blockbuster pay-per-view event exhibition last June. It wasn't no blockbuster, okay? That thing ain't do no million pay-per-views. Hope y'all do know that. Paul's claim publicity that Mayweather still owes some money from the event, a claim that Mayweather states will be handled in time. He continues on, quote, Mayweather. This comes with the territory, said Mayweather. To them, that's real money. And I like the YouTubers. The money on the back end, though, from pay-per-views, that takes a while. Nothing comes right away. I'm still collecting checks from 8 years ago. They just hate when the table is turned. Be happy with the biggest payday you got in your life. So my thing is this. I'm telling y'all, man, what Adrian Broner and what Hugo Centennial Jr. was saying is true. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, they break their money up. And they get it in increments, bro. And Logan Paul don't understand that. Whenever you heard Mike Tyson say, well, when I was doing $1 million pay-per-views and they broke my 500 or $1 billion that I gross up in increments. This is how Al Heyman pay. He breaks your junk up in increments. So you should really not be going broke. That's you taking advances and loans out. He breaks it up in increments. That's how when you deal with Mayweather Promotions, that's why you got to ask all the right questions. They break your payments up in increments, bro. These dudes, who knows? They might not even get their guarantee up front after the fight. They probably break it up in increments, bro. Simple as that. So he said, I'm cashing checks for 5, 7, 8 years ago. You know why he cashing checks from 5, 7, 8 years ago. He ain't cashing checks from his previous fights, from what I hear, allegedly. The rumor is, Al Heyman reinvested his money. That's what it was claimed in the lawsuit that was against them came out. They said my money was being reinvested, and I kept getting a runaround. And out of my 1.3 and out of 5, I was promised, only got 200,000 back. So now I'm suing. Come on, it ain't hard to put the lines, to connect the lines. Logan Paul gonna be getting his checks, and what they call them joints. Not the lump sum settlements. You know how you get your money in increments when you're a lawsuit. And they got these companies that help you get them in lump sum instead of the increments. That's all this is. All it is, he pay you out in increments. If the money there, why I can't get it in whole? Why I can't be paid in full? And that's what Logan Paul asking himself. Why I can't be paid in full? Probably something he signed, he didn't read, or the lawyers didn't understand, or whatever. Or maybe it wasn't in there at all. Maybe it wasn't in the contract at all. It is what it is. It's the game. That's how they get paid, bro. These dudes forever continue to be cashing checks. That's how they pay. People want to know how Al Heyman get all this money, how he do this, bro? Because he ain't paying out right away. They open up about the NBA young boy. That's the line I'll tell y'all like this, bro. Let's show you how ignorant this nigga is, bro. Let's keep reading, bro. I'm going to tell you how ignorant it is, bro. All right? So he goes on, says Mayweather opened up our family. He said, I'm proud of my daughter, NBA young boy. He said, Mayweather, I'm looking at him like he one of my sons. I only want the best for him. These kids beef nowadays, and they don't know what they're beefing up for. These young rappers are dying on the regular. I'm going to continue to push both of them to be great in everything they do. I love being with my grandson. Check this line out. He said, I love being my grandson. He just like his mom was. Always, all he wants to do is hold my leg and have me pick him up all day. Come on, man. How you still taking shots at your baby mama, bro? And kind of knowing her, she probably liked it, bro. After her and the girl was the daughter, Ayana, whatever her name is, no disrespect, was singing that dirty Ayana song. Come on, the boy ignorant, bro. Said a panel eventually was able to get Mayweather deeper on the subject of wealth and how he's been able to reach these heights on both sides outside the ring. He said rich is something that's short term, said Mayweather. Wealth is something that's long term established. We're sitting with Warren Buffett in my locker room before a fight, and we were talking about private jets. He said he's got over 500 jets, but when you've been living life for so long, that's normal. The only way to pick up these things is to sit and listen and learn. There are 3 ways to learn: hearing, seeing, and doing. That's what makes me so deadly in boxing. I can learn all 3 ways. I'm deadly in all 3 ways in boxing. Amongst the many pieces of knowledge Mayweather dropped throughout the episode, towards the end of the discussion, Mayweather invokes an oversearching lesson that has helped him define his career and legacy. So the ultimate goal for me is to go to sleep when you want to and wake up when you want to, said Mayweather. Quote, if you're not doing that, then someone or something is controlling you. I don't want to be controlled. I want to be my own boss. That's why I paid $750,000 to get out of my first promotional contract, because I eventually made $750 million in 3 fights. Now, this number, see, I ain't read none of this. This is the first time reading, but I already knew it's some bull crap. So this number, I paid $750,000. This rumor has been 200,000, 250,000, and I paid. And that a lot of people say that's not true. Some people say Al paid it. Some people say that Jay Prince paid it. Like I said before, a lot of these dudes be telling lies. Now I don't know who lying. But he said I paid $750,000. That number was $250,000, $500,000. Some people say Jay Prince paid it. Some people say Al Heyman paid it. Who the hell knows? And he said that's why I eventually made $750 million, but he's not worth $750 million. Nowhere near. He said, I don't really care that people believe no matter what you do is not good enough for everyone. No matter they're going to say what they want to say, but the history books, they will say something completely different because people not going to dive in, bro. People don't research, and people don't research, bro. That's the number one thing. People don't research. They believe what they want to believe. And nobody even dive deeper. And if people actually dug deeper, man, we would be going somewhere. You know? So like I said before, yeah, he right. In history books, people gonna say he the best, he undefeated. But we all know anybody been following boxing before the social media era, we all know he ain't nowhere near that. But then he goes on, say he got two daddies. All right, Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman. I got two fathers. My dad taught me the game. Another one taught me the business. He's a shrewd businessman, great guy, father. Our game plan was to take over the sport of boxing, and that's what we are able to do. So, said Al Heyman is Pappy and Floyd Sr. is Pappy. I know they got to make Floyd Sr. feel some type of way, but it is what it is. That's like you raising your son, and they tell him, he say, man, stepdaddy, my daddy too. Anybody naturally gonna feel some type of way. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Appreciate the love, support. Check the box on this playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit on notifications, increase your chance to notifications. We go live and drop a video. Other than that, want to make a financial donation, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. What's for the donate, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Appreciate the love, support. One time for one time, peace.